At last, the complete, total blueprint for how to live a conscious evolution lifestyle. The facts are in, and the conclusions are clear and inescapable. Human growth hormone replacement therapy, HGH, and testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, have ushered in a golden age of youthfulness, vitality, and physical and mental fitness. For the first time in history, we were actually able to erect a powerful roadblock to aging, and even begin to push the clock backward. This is the miracle of HGH and TRT. In fact, if you do nothing else, absolutely nothing else, the results will shock and amaze you as you experience and witness in awe the incredible transformations these therapies produce. But why stop there? There is more you can do, so much more. And the best news is this: the conscious evolution lifestyle is easy to adapt. There's much more to tell you, but before we delve into details, keep in mind the overriding single philosophy of conscious evolution. You are in charge. You and only you will make the decisions that will propel your vitality, health, youthfulness, and personal improvements to unimaginable heights. That's right. Once you begin to make these positive changes in your life, you will see and feel the difference. The astonishing, mind-boggling difference in all areas of the quality of your life. But first, let's take a brief look at the big picture, where we've been, where we're at now, and most important, where we have the potential to be in the immediate future. Did you know that for most of human history, the average human lifespans were minuscule in comparison to today's standards? Anthropologists tell us that our cave-dwelling ancestors were, for the most part, toothless at 25, dead by 35. As recently as 1900, the average male lifespan in America was 47 years. Read that number again and let it sink in. In the overall scheme of things, 1900 was a mere nanosecond in the past. However, thanks to breakthroughs in medicine, hygiene, and nutrition, the 20th century witnessed an explosion in life expectancy. Living until the late 70s and 80s became the expected norm, not the exception that had previously been the case. However, in the past few decades, we have experienced a reversal in this longevity trend. Not only are we not living longer, but we are spending an increasing number of years languishing in poor health. When American lifespans are compared to 34 other developed nations, Americans have dropped from number 20 in 1990 to number 27 in 2010. This is even though per capita healthcare spending in the United States is far higher than any other country, and we lead the world in medical research. So what's the problem? Why is this so? There is no one direct cause of the pathetic state of health for all too many Americans. Poor dietary choices, lack of physical activity, chronic sleep deprivation, dehydration, and stress all add up to take a terrible toll on our health. However, on second thought, perhaps it all boils down to one cause after all: the failure to live a conscious evolution lifestyle. Think about it. Every one of the problems I previously listed is a direct result of bad decision making when it comes to lifestyle choices. Every last one of them. At first glance, this may seem depressing. However, upon deeper reflection, it is actually encouraging, since it proves what was mentioned earlier. The philosophy of the conscious evolution lifestyle is that you are in charge, for better or worse. With that in mind, let's take a look at the proven scientific principles of conscious living, principles that you can put to work immediately. Why supplements are needed. The grim reality is that eating right is not enough. How could that be? After all, we are what we eat, right? Yes, and that's the problem. Here's why. Did you know? The way we eat has changed more in the past 50 years than in the previous 10,000 years. If you took a stroll through the aisles of today's supermarkets, you could count up to 47,000 products, or more. A great many of these products turn out to be artificial byproducts of just one acidic food: corn. Quick quiz. Which of the following contains ingredients derived from corn? A McDonald's Big Mac. B, Corn Flakes. C, Pepsi Cola. D, Smucker's Jam, or E, Wonder Bread. Answer: all of them, and then some. The American food supply is drowning in corn. Last year, U.S. farmers reaped 13 billion bushels of the yellow stuff, the largest corn harvest in American history. Such bumper crops, made possible in part by massive federal subsidies to corn farmers, help keep corn prices and food prices in general down, but health experts worry that the glut of corn is harming our health. And it is. Since corn is acidic, it wreaks havoc on the all-important pH level of our acid-alkaline balance. If that weren't bad enough, many of the most essential foods in our diet have been genetically engineered, and the food industry is moving mountains to pass laws that will not require them to label these foods as frankenfoods. In their mad scramble for profits, the food industry has created a food supply system that is dangerously vulnerable to bacterial contamination. Proof? Last year, 73,000 Americans got sick from the deadly E. coli. Don't forget the dangers of cloning. Last year, the food industry obtained permission from the Food and Drug Administration to put meat from cloned animals on the shelves of your local markets without labeling them. Due to soil depletion and drugged livestock, our food is far less nutritious today than 50 years ago. In fact, much of food is nutritionally worthless and can easily make you sick. Our Paleolithic ancestors were free of the crippling diseases that plague modern folks, but their food and game were produced from soils that were much richer in vitamins, minerals, and nutrients than today's soil. This is why supplements are so important. However, hopefully you get the point. The food you eat is by far the best way to get the nutrition you need. But the issues mentioned previously make this task, at best, challenging. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video series talking about the conscious evolution lifestyle.